Alfred, just talk about the first of all the recovery. You guys played 97 snaps against Arizona State. How did you go about your recovery? How you feeling? And then just size up going up against Will Howard again, a guy you've faced in the past.
We're taking this recovery. We're taking this time to for sure get our bodies back. That was a physical and long game. So we're really putting a emphasis on our treatment and getting our bodies right. And then I'm excited to go against him again. He's a great player, and I'm ready for this challenge. We're ready for this challenge.
Our next question is going to come from Thomas Jones. Thomas, go ahead.
Alfred, good afternoon. What do you recall from playing Will Howard when he was at Kansas State? What stands out to you about the quarterback?
Uh, he's pretty big. And like he's a. I mean, I would consider him a dual threat quarterback. He can run when he needs to. He can put the ball where he needs to put it. So he's a great quarterback.
Our next question is going to come from Dan Hope. Dan, go ahead.
Hey, Alfred, when you guys have studied the Ohio State offensive line, just what have you seen from what they've been able to do so far in this CFP?
I feel like they were very good as a unit. They're very good at what they do. So we're gonna have to do our job to, shut that down.
Our next question is going to come from Kurt Bowles. Kurt, go ahead.
Yeah, Alfred, you guys are an underdog for one of the very few times. And Ohio State's been very dominant, scored 83 points. What do you feel about y'all's position as an underdog and playing against a team that's just kind of on fire right now?
We really don't really pay attention to what others say. We know what we're doing in our building, and when the time comes, we'll be able to showcase that to the world.
Your next question is going to come from Joe Cook. Go ahead.
Alfred, I'm curious, how many times have you played in AT&T Stadium? Is the game last year against Oklahoma State the only one? And what's it going to be like playing there again in a place that's pretty special to football in general?
Oh yeah, that was my first time ever playing in AT&T Stadium last year against OSU. I'm just excited to be back. Love the stadium. Love the atmosphere. This game's going to be electric, so I'm excited for the atmosphere. Yeah.
Your next question is going to come from Noah Gross. Noah, go ahead.
Hey Alfred, your guys' running game it was mostly pass against Arizona State a lot. What have you seen from that group with Dravion, Jaden, and everybody as far as a focus in practice to get that side of the ball going after the win against ASU?
Their receivers are special. They're NFL guys. We just been really attentive on our technique and fundamentals. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna take to win. And but yeah, just being attentive in practice.
Your next question is going to come from Brian Davis. Go ahead.
Hey, AC, just curious, what do you see any common thread between y'all's goal line and short yardage stands that you've had in the last month? What is the key to that in your mind?
Um, I feel the key to that is just it starts on Monday, when we start practicing and getting things locked in, and it just starts with the preparation throughout the week. Because whenever the time comes, you're ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So that's how we really take those short yardage plays and stuff.
Next question is going to come from Sam Khan. Go ahead, Sam.
Time with PK and what you have learned about him and what makes him good at what he does.
He's very creative in his schemes and stuff like that. He really is locked in, and he gets us locked in just on play recognition, alignments, so I feel like he really enhances us because he allows us to see things on the field when we're playing. So yeah.
We have time for another question or two for Alfred. If you have one, please use the raise your hand function and we'll get to you. We got another follow-up question from Brian Davis.
Yeah, Alfred, just going back. So do the coaches present you guys like plays like, okay, here's what these teams like to do on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, whatever. And is that what y'all are doing early in the week? Is scout team prep on their tendencies and short yardage?
I mean, we just go over the plays that they're their go-to plays. Stuff that they been doing throughout the season and stuff. We practice that. So yeah.
Alfred, we got two final questions for you. First one's going to come from Chip Brown.
Alfred, their counter play has been really big for them the last two games. What have you noticed about that in looking at the film?
Like I said, they're very good at what they do. That counter play is a big play for them, and we just got to all do our job, and we will be able to stop that.
Your final question is going to come from Kurt Bowles. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, Alfred, if I read the stats right, they've given up 12 sacks this year. I mean, that's pretty incredibly low number. I was curious, are their running backs that good at pass protection? Do they go to two tight end offense, or are they throwing quick passes? What's been the key to that for them?
I feel like they just play together. Like I said, they're good at what they do, and feel like they've not necessarily perfected it, but they're in a good spot when it comes to protecting their quarterback. So yeah.
Hey, Ant, has it sent a good shockwave through the building that y'all are underdogs this week?
We never consider ourselves underdogs. I mean, we just want to go out there and play and execute the best of our ability. So we kind of don't look at what they say on the internet and all that. We just want to tune all that out.
Your next question is going to come from Cedric Golden. Go ahead, Cedric.
Hey, Ant, what do you see in Will Howard that makes him a dangerous quarterback? And how excited are you to prove the critics wrong that say that the Longhorns are going to get beat?
So we kind of actually played him last year a lot. So I mean, he's an elite quarterback. I mean, he has a big frame. He can run with knees too. He puts the ball in elite spots, deep down the field or intermediately. So we kind of have to limit him and just make sure we got him under control.
Our next question is going to come from Thomas Jones. Go ahead.
Anthony, good afternoon. Hey, have you guys learned anything last couple of weeks playing these mobile quarterbacks like Klubnik at Clemson and last week with Arizona State? What have y'all learned?
We kind of just learned that we have to learn how to plaster a little better. And we've been working at practice, plastering in the secondary and just being able to keep contained and have guys ready to break the contain and get ready to go for them.
Your next question is going to come from Corey Mose. Corey, go ahead.
Hey, Ant. Hopefully you can hear me. I hope my audio is good. But just wanted to talk about the extended season. I know the body doesn't feel great with more games on the schedule, but I am interested to know just the chemistry wise, right? Having more time with the guys on and off the field. Do you see the benefits of having more games on the schedule?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, going to the bowl games, I mean, we were playing a game with each other a lot. We had a lot of time to spend with each other. So it's been pretty good just getting extra time with some of the guys and some of the extra linebackers, some of the seniors that are going to be gone next year. So it's been pretty cool getting extra time with them and just chilling with them.
Your next question is going to come from Kurt Bowles. Go ahead.
And do you feel like y'all lack killer instinct as a team and have an issue of putting away teams?
I mean, we're going against elite football teams, so we know everything is not going to be perfect, but I feel like it's all about how you finish, and I feel like a lot of these games we're finishing, we're putting them away when it matters.
Your next question is going to come from Chip Brown. Go ahead, Chip.
And just talk about the need for y'all to get to Howard, to get him off his spot, to get him unsettled. Y'all did have a strip sack against him last year.
I mean, we want to get every quarterback off the spot. We want to make it better for the secondary and some of the guys that are covering. So we want to get him off the spot to make him see things a little first and limit his time in the pocket.
Your next question is going to come from Jeff Howe. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Anthony, not necessarily their personnel, but stylistically, when you look at Ohio State on tape, what are some of the signatures you notice from this Chip Kelly, Ryan Day offense, and do they stylistically they remind you of anybody you guys faced this year?
They haven't really reminded me of anybody that we faced, but just looking at their offense, I mean, they have a lot of different things that they do. They have really elite receivers, two elite backs, and a great quarterback. So it's going to be a challenge for us to stop him, and I feel like we're up to the challenge.
If you have a question, please make sure you use the raise your hand function, and we will call on you to make sure we get your question in. Next question will come from Dan Hope.
Hey, Anthony, just watching Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins, what's it like preparing to face two different backs of that caliber?
It's been pretty good. I mean, it's been a fun week of practice preparing for them. I mean, they're really patient backs, both of them. You can tell that they're coached really well, and they're really elite out the backfield. They can catch out the backfield, so it's going to be a challenge for the linebackers, and we've been doing that in practice, trying to work to get better to working with them.
Your next question is going to come from Noah Gross.
Hey, Anthony, what are the ticket requests? I mean, it's got to be it's difficult in a college football semifinal, but the excitement for you within that to kind of go back to your home area there.
Yeah.
Just how much excitement is there for you going back to AT&T Stadium?
It's really exciting. I mean, the family don't got to travel nowhere. Mom, dad, little brother don't have to really travel anywhere to get to the game. You're gonna have a couple extra family members there, so it's gonna be really cool. I won a national state championship there, so it's gonna be fun trying to get a win back in that stadium.
Your next question is going to come from Brian Davis.
And now that everyone's wanted the playoffs forever, now that you guys are halfway through this, with the length of the season, I mean, how do you think the guys really do feel physically, aside from the normal bumps and bruises?
I mean, at the end of the day, we signed up to this, so we can't really complain. Mentally, we feel like everybody's doing good. Your body may not feel the best, but at the end of the day, nobody cares. We have to go execute and get in the training room.
We have time for a couple more questions. If you have one, please raise your hand and we'll get to you. You'll use the raise hand function and we'll get to you. We'll go to Sam Khan. Go ahead.
Hey, and on that note, I wanted to ask, what are some of the things that you guys maybe did differently or the start this year, or maybe early in the season, to prepare your bodies and maybe what the coach did to help you be ready to play this long of a season?
Just extra time in the hot tub. I mean, they took some of the load off of us in practice. I mean, a little bit less team run and just little stuff to get our bodies prepared for the long season because we knew we felt like we would be this far.
All right. Next question is going to come from Kurt Bowles.
And it's y'all's first year in the league, and y'all are the only SEC team still standing.
Yeah.
What does that say about Texas?
I mean, we feel like we're an elite football team, so we kind of don't think about what other teams are doing. We just focus on ourselves, and so it feels good being still in the playoffs, and hopefully we can do it again next year.
Your next question is going to come from Jeff Howe.
Hey, Anthony, Sark said after that SEC championship, you guys had a come to Jesus meeting about penalties.
Yeah.
Cut them down against Clemson. It was in double digits again against Arizona State. When the competition kicks up, you're facing elite competition, game moves a little faster. How do you remain cognizant of not committing penalties, kind of staying within yourself, but knowing that you do have to play a little faster?
I feel like it kind of all starts off with practice. I mean, you have to execute in practice really well. I mean, make sure you have good feet, make sure you're doing everything right in practice so you can go out and do the stuff that you want to do in the game.
Your final question will be a follow-up from Kurt Bowles. Kurt?
Yeah, I was just curious, Ed, if you know any of the Ohio State Buckeyes personally, if you're friends with any of them.
I know a couple of them, but I kind of don't really talk to them during these times. We can hang out after the season or whatever, but I really don't want to, we're not really communicating right now. Everybody's kind of locked in and doing their own thing.
Did they recruit you?
Yeah, they recruited me a little bit. Yeah, I was recruited by them.
Did you visit?
No, I didn't. I never got up there. It was kind of a little far, so it's kind of hard for me to get up there.